Welcome back everyone to another video, and in this one we will be comparing the Keras Vim to the Raspberry Pi 3. Now both of them run an ARM Cortex A53 core, but they are actually manufactured at different nodes, at different nanometers, and we'll be seeing how each of the boards perform in various tests. Now the Keras Vim is around 300 megahertz faster than the Raspberry Pi per core. So if a program has a very linear performance curve when compared to per core clock speed, it should effectively be 1.2 gigahertz, but that's not how things work. And of course, I will not be doing synthetic benchmarks. Now what happens with synthetic benchmark is that they are designed to purely see if the CPU is faster and not take into consideration things like operating system optimizations and stuff like that. Now that is right now useless for me, as you can actually see just from the core clock speed that the Keras Vim will be a lot faster, and that is shown in the Geekbench and Antutu benchmarks. As I said, Geekbench, it shows way faster than the Raspberry Pi. So what I usually do is take the Linux kernel and compile it, and then compile it a few times, and then compare how much time it took at on an average for the Linux kernel to compile on each device. Now this won't work for us right now, and here is the reason. As you can see on the screen, the Linux kernel on the Vim compiles in around 81 minutes. Now for the Raspberry Pi, its own Linux kernel compiles for in around 60 minutes. Now this doesn't sound right, since the Vim is supposed to be a bit faster than the Pi, and the reason is the Vim's operating system runs on a ARM64 architecture, but the Raspberry Pi's operating system runs at an ARM32 architecture. So what we had to do is use cross compilation methods on the Vim to actually get us to compile the Raspberry Pi's kernel, and that usually gives a bit of overhead. So I'll call this test inconclusive, and we'll move forward with some other real world tests, and we'll see the results. So the next one, what we have is Octane benchmarks. So the Chromium project, the Google Chrome project, they created a benchmark to see how fast JavaScripts run on a particular browser and on a particular machine. Since this is also a CPU intensive task, it is great for benchmarking CPUs as well. So first off, the Octane results of the Vim, and it's at 2699, which is okay for the kind of CPU it is running. But on the Raspberry Pi, it is a bit higher. So it comes at 2753, almost 50 to 60 points more than the Vim, and that is because Raspberry Pi's Chromium browser is a lot more optimized, and what the Chromium browser I was using on the Vim was actually just simply compiled by Ubuntu for a basic ARM64 architecture, and that is why it's not specifically optimized for Vim's CPU. But the engineers of the Raspberry Pi, they do a lot of optimization and stuff to really get out uh, every last drop of the CPU on the Raspberry Pi. So we'll be seeing this trend follow, and let's take a look at a few more tests that I did. So the next one is compiling FFmpeg. Now to compile FFmpeg, there are two very CPU intensive tasks. First one is configuring the compile system, and the next one is compiling itself. Now usually the configuring part is not very CPU intensive, but in case of FFmpeg, it fairly is CPU intensive. So first of all, let's go ahead and look at the configuration time took on the Vim, which was around 51 seconds. So that's that, and let's look at the Raspberry Pi. Yeah, so on the Raspberry Pi it was around minute, on the Vim it was around 57 seconds. That's within the margin of error for around a minute, and that actually seems to be the same. So let's now go ahead and take a look at the actual compilation. And for the Vim, so on the Vim it was 23 minutes and 19 seconds, and on the Raspberry Pi it was 27 minutes. So the Vim is ever so slightly faster, not as fast as I was expecting with the 300 megahertz extra clock speed. So of course on the Raspberry Pi's operating system there have been a lot of optimization in terms of their GCC compiler, in terms of their operating system itself, their kernel, and their whole Raspbian thing. It's been very optimized to actually perform much better than most similar spec boards in the market, and to get the performance, every last bit of performance out of that CPU and out of that hardware. So the Vim might not be extremely faster than the Raspberry Pi 3, but it is of course very slightly faster. Apart from that, it does have 2 gigs of RAM, so for whatever reason you might need it. Usually it's not required. 1 gig is more than enough for the kind of tasks these boards are meant to do. But if you want to run something like Boink or distributive computing and stuff like that, I've seen my Raspberry Pi actually stall at just one of the processes running instead of all three, all four, because of less RAM, and that can be a thing that can be solved with 2 gigs of RAM. So that's that. And the next thing is that the Vim can play back 4K 10-bit HDR and hardware decode that, and play back at using an HDMI 2.0 interface. So that thing in itself, so if you want it for like a media center PC, something like the Vim would be a great fit because of its playback capabilities, and they do have Libre Elec already available for that, and it does very smoothly playback 4K content. And that's about it for this video. The conclusion is, if you want to have a really great 4K HDR media experience, by the Vim. And that's about it, I guess. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you all in the next one.